space and time frequencies, everybody. Happy Gregorian 2023 for those of us who celebrate or, kind of recognize it. I wouldn't say celebrate, but we recognize it as the beginning of the new year when it comes down to business, calendar new year. When it comes down to working your job, you go back to work, it's going to be 2023. So we know from the spiritual higher dimension perspective, from the things that we see and how the earth actually changes, we see it change, in the springtime. What's her name? Ishtar. I always get that messed up, and it just came to my mind to say it. I'm just like, is it right? Ishtar, Easter. So, when things start to be birthed and, they're fruitful and fertility, all the good stuff I've talked about before. But we know that's the start of the new year. And then, of course, for those of us who follow the Chinese calendar, we'll be going into the year of the rabbit at the end of this month, at the end of January. I think it's like January the 22nd or somewhere like that. We'll be in the year of the rabbit. So if you know your Chinese animal based on the year that you were born, I was born in the year of the monkey. And if you're born in the year of monkey, tiger, rabbit, pig, all these different things. You snake, you just look it up and see how your particular Chinese calendar, how your particular totem animal is going to fare during this 2023 year. If you follow that, it's always interesting to see. I always look at, how my particular animal, because we just got out of the year of the tiger, and I believe before that we were in the year of the rat. So in the year of the tiger, it was just like, it came out to be, y'all, just like what I had saw for it to be when I looked it up, how the monkey would interact with the tiger. And it was definitely trials. It was definitely a year of really working hard for those things that I wanted to come into fruition, and just not giving up on those goals, even though I kept getting knocked down. I got knocked down, and how sometimes we feel like we want to give up, or we feel tired, or I've had times where I just cried to myself, as we probably all have. And I was kind of like feeling like, okay, when is this cycle going to end? The only thing that really kept me through in 2022, especially in August, I would say from June to September, really September, October, was the fact that I know I've had low points in my life before. I know I always come up from low points. We know there's ebbs and flows in this life, where we go down and we come up. It's just like the wavelength. We know that whenever we're down, we're soon to come up. So that was the only thing that really kept me from not losing it, y'all. And not cracking under pressure. But that's where diamonds are made. And so I'm excited about 2023. The year, it feels extremely promising. With every new year, we always have these bright moments and epiphanies of what is going to come forth with the entrance of a new year, and how we want to do better, how we want to be better, how we want to have various goals, and just those things that we want to do. And so I've decided this year not to bog myself down with a whole bunch of resolutions and things of that nature, but more so what I want to do is just have one main goal. What is that one main goal? What is that one thing that is going to be my focus for 2023? Because we know that wherever we direct our energy, that's where it goes. That's where our attention goes. That's where our energy goes. And we can heighten our manifestations without having it scattered all out. We don't want to scatter it all out. So, we won't have manifestation of, oh, I need to get this. Oh, I need to do that. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, you won't have about 10 or 15 different goals and things. But pick one main goal. What is the one main goal for this cycle? We don't even have to look at it as a new year. Oh, the moon out. I love it when the moon be out and the sun be out at the same time. It's so beautiful. But what is that one main goal? And we can have these small goals that we kind of like create along the way, but it has to be one main goal of what we're continuing to focus on throughout the new year. Where are we divulging all of our energy into an overall accomplishment? So right now, for my overall year goal, I've broken it down into a 3-month goal, a 6-month goal, and a 1-year goal for the entire of 2023. All wrapped around and centered around that one main goal. Okay? Because that one main goal is centered. Oh, y'all don't hear me. That one main goal is centered around it all the rest of the things that I want to have come about. So instead of having 10, 15 different type of goals that you want to manifest into this reality, let's start to center our focus on one particular goal and then make small steps. Like I said, I'm doing a 3-month goal to get to my ultimate goal of things that I'm doing within that particular goal to get to the end game of it all. So the big goal has small goals within the big goal. Basically what I'm trying to say. So doing that and focusing our energy. Also, when I'm feeling that's coming in for this year, it is the time for us to move on our feelings or how we feel or our intuitive nature and discernment. So instead of what we would normally put off and say, hey, I know I'm not feeling good about this job, but I'm just going to do it anyway. We are going to slow down our manifestations and us reaching like our highest pinnacle of self within the 3D realm by still accepting things that we know we need to let go. We're going to be penalized for that. When it's time to let things go, let them go. When it's time to speak your truth about things, speak your truth. When it's time to be quiet and learn a lesson and take information in, take the information in and then change the situation. But don't continue to stay in situations, circumstances, continue to hold on thought processes that you know aren't serving your highest good in any way, physical form, thought patterns, the way that you do your day-to-day life. If it is not serving you properly and you can feel it in your gut that it's not right, quit trying to hold on to things and serve things that aren't for you. Start to speak your truth. This was a lesson that I learned in 2022. When I wouldn't say anything and I just held it all in and I knew things weren't right and it didn't feel good to me, I continued to hurt myself. But once I voiced my opinion and spoke up for myself and took up for myself, that is when things started to change. And even though it hurt and it was hard, and sometimes for us who don't hardly speak up for ourselves, your voice may be wobbly or shaky because that's how my voice be sometimes, because I don't like confrontation. And so when I'm trying to speak up for myself, sometimes my voice will get kind of shaky or wobbly, and it's not as confident as it should be. But I learned that to speak my truth even through that I was gaining more momentum and the strength that I held within me that made the next time easier, and it made me more powerful, right? And I saw that, and I also started how the universe conspired with me to help work with me to bring those things that I wanted into manifestation, to fruition, based on me first doing the work in the physical form, working with all the elements that live within me: fire, earth, air, and water, through speaking, through the breath, through the tongue, through the earth, through the water, through using the material form, the earth matter, which is the physical form, the lips, the water, which is saliva and everything that's within the tongue, the air, which is the breath that comes out when you're speaking, and then the fire. That fire is even the vibration of the words that's coming out, okay? That is the two-edged sword, which is the tongue, fiery, that fire energy that comes out through the vibration. So all of this was done, and it gave me more power to stand up for who I am and to start opening up those doors and those gates for more things to come to me. And I saw when I stood up for myself that the things that I wanted to change changed for me. Even though I had to go through a period of downtime as the universe was working its magic, and it's not always going to be on our time. But once we start to do the work, it's going to start picking up, where you'll start to see things manifest instantly. You'll see the manifestation time start to pick up. Just when you start to voice and stand up for yourself and not letting things be just for the sake of being. And that is how we are going to really start to bring things in for this 2023. Because we can feel it, but we got to act on it. Okay, so we can feel it and we know it's there, but the universe is not going to work with you if you're not in alignment, if you won't first do the work on your part. So you got to start speaking up for yourself, all right, and doing your part. So yeah, that is what I wanted to share. It's been a beautiful 2023 New Year's Eve. It's been a wonderful New Year's Day. I'm going to take the rest of this day to relax, kind of like reflect and review how I want things to go moving forward for this new year. That I'm very excited about this new cycle. The lessons that I've learned in the past is going to set me up for successes in the future. And that's how we all should be, y'all. The lessons that we learned in the past is going to set us up for successes in the future. One more time, Blackfeet Witch. The lessons that we learned in the past is setting us up for the successes of the future. And that is what I have learned, y'all, in the 42 years of life. I've learned some lessons, and we're still here to learn lessons. That's why we're still here. So don't scrutinize yourself, so much for, having to go through things that you have to go through that you thought that you may have learned from. And we're not, above still learning lessons. We're still here to learn. This is Earth School in so many different ways, and it's so many different other things, but it's definitely an Earth School that we're here to level ourselves up, consistently leveling ourselves up. One more thing before I go, and I shared this with my little private group, I want to share it with you all as well, is that I want to shout out a page. Is Reiki Rachel. On Reiki Rachel's page, you all, she has an Atlantean portal activation meditation. She also has I know she now just put up the twin flame activation meditation, and she has the winter solstice. She has a lot of activation portal meditations, and I'm sharing it because it has been tremendous. I don't resonate with a lot of people's energy and Reiki energy, but her energy is clean and it is pure. And I've received a lot of downloads and information and visited past lives within the last couple of weeks just by doing her portal, her Atlantean portal activation. And then I coupled that guided meditation with listening to Emerald Tablets of Thought again, which is here on YouTube. You can listen to the Emerald Tablets of Thought, and I'll listen to that as well as I'm in like a trance meditative sleep mode, like when I first wake up. So after I finish doing the Atlantean portal guided meditation, I go right into, like, I'll come out of it and then I'll go right into listening to the Emerald Tablets of Thought. And then that takes me into past lives, dimensions, and things that I can see that have occurred in various dimensions and timelines. I don't know if it's Atlantis or what, but it's deep. It takes me there. And her, the Atlantean, and then she has the New Year's guided meditation portal that she did the other day is very powerful as well, you all. So I just wanted to shout her out. I'm gonna put the link for that guided meditation as well. So as always, you all, happy 2023. And what I always say, peace and high frequencies.